Hi there, this time another Swiss tournament, and this time is Garant Seeker of Discord, which was my starter deck. It's the one I've been using for a long time, and I haven't had a chance to actually introduce it yet and explain my card choices, so that's what I'm going to be doing now. In my events, we have 4 Week of the Dead, and this is sort of the primal backbone of my events because it lets me do unexpected damage. I can have creatures already out on the field, attack with them, kill off my melee, place a POW, do some more damage. In combination with, for example, Town Portal, this means that I can finish games that normally wouldn't be easy to end because of the amount of HP or the amount of creatures that are on my opponent's battlefield. You know, if they filled up their spaces I can't POW anywhere else, what I can do is use my existing creatures to kill off their creatures to free up a lane and then send the POW in that newly freed lane. Especially useful if I run out of Town Portals. I have 1 Market of Shadows in here just for flavor. I just added it because I only had 1, so I was like, whatever. And Week of the Weaponsmiths and Month of the Emerald Song. These were in here originally just because they were in the starter. And they were just filler. I was like, why give my opponent the advantage of having things like Week of the Mercenaries and stuff like that when I can just fill my events with filler and then rely more on my spells and maybe my opponent's events. So that was the idea originally, but actually I find that these are very helpful for a Garant deck focusing on lower cost creatures, because you'll notice I have a lot of 1, 2, and 3 cost creatures. In fact, I only have, 4 that are 4 cost, so later on in the game, I have very few creatures and very few cards in general that are soaking up a lot of my resources. So what I can do instead is use my events and my resources to buff up these lower cost creatures that otherwise wouldn't be nearly as viable in the late game. So that's sort of the idea behind those. And you'll notice I have a lot of Chaos Lacerators. I have 3 in fact, compared to my 1 Demented. And initially I had a lot of Dementeds, but I also had a lot of Fortunes that caused discarding. Instead, I've consolidated those, as well as my Cerberus and things like that, other sweepers, into just my Chaos Lacerator. So I have more compact effects. I don't have to worry so much. I don't have to rely so much on more cards. I've done the same thing with my Lashing Lilim. I've replaced one of my Lilims with it so that I can have that additional sweep attack. And it's really great because it has that shooter, you know, it gets the benefits of being a shooter and a sweep attack. So just consolidating a bunch of effects. And for this Void Wraith, what I do with that is I'll use it to deter AoE. So I'll have, for example, a Jugs, and I'll be like, okay, I know that he's going to want to fireball that because it also has some backup with a Succubus behind it or something like that. So instead, what I'll do is I'll place some Void Wraiths around my Jugs so that it deters that fireball from coming out, or I can just place them randomly to deter insect swarms and that kind of thing. And against the OTK decks that I was fighting whenever I first started, there was a lot of them. I don't know if it's just because I moved up in Elo or what, but I'm not seeing them much more. But there was a lot of them out at the time that I started, so that's why I originally got a bunch of these and put them in, and I've just found them to be useful enough to leave around anyway. Lurker in the Dark, really great for things that have high stats or really dangerous effects. Things that aren't really dangerous because of their base damage, for example, but they're dangerous because they snowball out of control or something like that. So that's why that's here, to block those kinds of things. The POWs don't really need to be explained. They're POWs. Same thing with the Succubus. They're just backup, Dark Assassin, damage, etc. Jugs, bread and butter. Everything's pretty self-explanatory there. As for the spells, again, pretty self-explanatory. We got the standard primal bread and butter, the Town Portal. We only have 1 teleport. I used to have more, but I only have 1 now. I find that really, I've wanted to place more creatures more than I have wanted to move them around to do damage. So I've just relied more on the Town Portal than anything else. And removal, like Firebolt and the Inner Fire. And 1 Dispel is in there mostly for the, again, for the cards that say you can't do anything. So I'm like, nope, yes I can. That's what that's there for. For the Fortunes, again, I've removed my discard Fortunes long ago and replaced them with just 3 Altars of Destruction for the direct damage and 2 Hall of Torment. Pretty good. I would really prefer this to be more direct damage, maybe another Altar of Destruction, but having too many altars can really throw you off because you'll end up with a handful of altars that you can't play, whereas a Hall of Torment, at least you can play it, right? No buildings, of course. I thought about actually putting one in there now that I have the Tower of the Gardener, but I left it out. because I already have plenty of cards. I actually have 61 at the moment. I'm like, don't really need it anyway. It's better for the sweep anyway, so I don't really need it in this deck. So yeah, that's about it for that. I've actually already played the Swiss tournament. Again, I've already played the Swiss tournament before the intro, but that's because the Swiss tournament timer, it was about to switch over to Jackpot, so I had to get it in there early. So yeah, let's get to that tournament. Okay, well, 3 Necros, 2 Haven, just me as the Inferno, 1 Sanctuary, 1 Stronghold. Ugh, first round's a Haven, I hate that so much. Well, that's unfortunate. Oh, well, that's a really great start. Not so bad. Oh man. Jeziel. Somehow I feel like this is one of the people that may be copying the recent thing that was posted on the forums. So I'm going to have to finish them off fast. If it is, then the idea behind this deck would be to build up loads and loads of resources and do loads of stuff in one turn by playing a certain combination of cards. Alright, Retribution. I don't have any spells on me that can deal with it right now. So the only thing I can really do is back that up, and I don't have any backup, so I'm going to have to get out some... I could get out the magic, but that would just delay the inevitable. I might as well instead get out the might and play another threat, and just move this one out of the way. Yeah. Can't be having that. He's just going to use it to block again, because why wouldn't he? And I'm going to have to start magicking up so that I can actually get that damage through. Luckily I can kill that off without much difficulty. And then with my resources, oh sweet, I can actually get some backup now. Not bad. So that's gone, and I can might up, get the backup, and end there. Sweet. And next turn we can get some additional lower cost creatures out. And that'll fill up my melee row, which is unfortunate because that means a single spell can completely debilitate my entire line there. And there is a lot of magic going up right now. Oh, 2 of them. Interesting. Well, it can do 2 damage to me, so I'm not too worried about that. Well, anyway, that's dead. I can do the damage. Do I want to... Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4... Which do I want to play? Well, first of all, we're going to need some more magic. And what I can do is play... Let's see, this is 2. I can play 2 creatures in addition to that. I might want to do that. Question is, which creatures do I want to play? Well, I'd say... you know what, maybe... Well, first of all, I'm going to kill that. And... I can instead just play the 2 sweepers, which would mean loads of area denial. At the same time, I'd like to play that. So I think instead, we'll get out this guy here, this here, and we'll play this and say Fortune. Okay. Cool. So now, if they don't play Fortune, okay, yeah, that worked. Okay, good. Well, now if a spell comes out, oh, a Town Portal. Whoa. Whoa. She has Primal. I haven't seen her very much, so I'm not actually used to her. But okay, discard a card, heal 3 damage from target creature, and she has Primal, Light, and Wind. Huh. She is my type. Well, not really. She doesn't have the might, but even still, I like her. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Excellent. That's the GG. And there we go. Cool. I might have to try her out sometime if I actually get her. Oh, sweet. And I leveled up. Awesome. Yay. On to round 2. Oh, wow. Well, everyone's duels finished pretty fast, so we're in it. Also, someone went offline. Glad I didn't get hit by that. Okay. And this is a horrible start. No. Fighting Kieran, who is also Primal and Light. You know what? Maybe I should try Kieran. Yeah, he's actually... that'd be sweet. Oh, wow. This is actually really good. Question is, do I want to play this or this? Well, let's see here. I really don't like the idea of that income coming out so early. So I'm just going to finish it off and play something in its place. Cool. And I'm going to might up for that. Also, about that tournament notification. Tried to play a tournament earlier, but my mic went all crazy, that on my headphones, and made a screeching noise. So that didn't go so well. Well, I think we definitely need the damage output, so we'll play this right here. There we go. And I played it next to that because what he's going to be doing is placing creatures around the Wolf Captain to buff it, so I want to take care of them early, if I can. And if they play the melee guard, which they might, I'll just use my magic to deal with that. Because I can do 4 damage with my magic alone. Which is pretty good. Either one of these will take care of the melee guard, unless they have multiple. Oh, I've never seen that before. Oh, because it's 5 towers. Well, it has no damage. It gains 1 attack and 1 retaliation. Wow. Wow. Oh, wow. Holy crap. Well, that's kind of nasty. I can kill that off, actually. That's pretty sweet. And I think I'm going to have to do that because, damn, that's kind of nuts. Holy crap. And I can't do anything else because I had used my turn to magic up for that. Next turn, 5 resources, but I feel like I need to get out the Lilim to start taking swings at this Wolf Captain. I'd like to back something up instead because now I've used my spells to kill that off and I can't do that anymore. But I'd like to take swings at this real hard right now. Okay, well that has ranged guard, so, well, I would still die from that. Because it's retaliation, this guy's not immune. Well, I can actually play some more damage instead and just ignore that, and I think that's what I'm going to do. Like so. Where do I want this? I'd say right here, because that helps me finish stuff off on this. And I don't really see the need to do damage to that at the moment, because I won't be able to finish it off anyway. And I would just kill myself. However, what kind of spells does he have? Alright, so I don't have to worry so much about AoEs from a target creature. So I'm just going to might up and maybe move this guy up to block some more damage. Seems like the better idea. If I drew another Firebolt, I could actually finish that Wolf Captain off with my POW and the Firebolt. Otherwise, I would have to play this Lilim. Town Portal. Okay, yeah. Well, I figured that would be necessary because otherwise, again, I'd be able to kill that off. But hey, I got 2 jugs now. Not much I can do with them. I can do 4 damage with that. But then I would probably die next turn. 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 8, 9, 10. If he has a buff, I'm dead. So I have to block, but I can block a bunch real easy with this. I just can't play much afterward. So I'll send this out, probably to its death, and play something. Do I want to block with it? I might. But at the same time, I kind of want to use its blast. So instead, I'll put it up here. And do I want to move this guy up? Maybe. I'd say that would help considerably in doing the damage next turn. And get out the magic, so that next turn I would also be able to draw and try to get a town portal. That's probably what I'll do. If I don't have a town portal next turn, I'll draw to try to get one. Unless I... Oh, yeah, well, you're going to take a spell. Good luck with that, buddy. I hate this. I've seen it so often recently. Ugh. And if you don't, you put it in the graveyard. If you don't play it for free. Wow. It's kind of crazy. It's interesting because I haven't fought many primal havens, so seeing that recently is interesting. Very interesting. Well, I'm not sure if I can win unless I draw a town portal at this point, but if I do, I'm definitely going to be able to win. Oh, yes. Alright. Should I try it? Let's see here. 3, 4, 5, 6. So either way, it would be in my best interest to try. I really don't have much to lose at the moment because I wouldn't be able to play anything else. Alright, this has 3, this has 2. I would be able to block that entirely. That is cool. I can kill that off right now. And that leaves me with 2 damage. 4, oh, say 3, 4, 5. Can I do anything with this? No. Alright. Do I want to use this POW anyway? It might be in my best interest, because then I might be able to draw a instant kill thing. Either way, this is going to block here. And what do I want to kill off? I should start to... This has ranged guard, so it doesn't matter. So I might as well kill this off instead. Yeah, so that's dead. And we can get out the POW and do the damage, or we can get out the jugs. I'm going to get out the POW. And that is because, although I could have killed that off instead, I want to get into a position where I can finish him off instantly with either a town portal on any of my creatures or with a altar of destruction. Because that'll be really easy, and I have 2 draws to see if I can get one. And since I have 3 in my deck, and I haven't drawn one yet, with how many cards remaining? 39 cards, I have a really good chance at getting one. Well, relatively speaking. What you gonna do? 1 health, buddy. Oh, gave up. Excellent. Yay. Cool. Oh, yeah, well, that's to be expected. I couldn't really do anything because I was, like, fumbling with my equipment last time, so... Didn't work so well. On to round 3. Alright, well, next we are fighting a stronghold. Fought through a couple sanctuaries to get here, or a havens. For some reason, haven and sanctuary also seems to work together in, like, the whole stronghold sanctuary reversal thing. But, anyway. Fought through a couple havens, which I don't like. We made it. And this is... I'm going to say no. We have the resources this time to actually play something bigger, so I would have liked to play something bigger. Unfortunately, I screwed myself pretty hard. So that's not going to happen. Okay, well, we can get out 2 creatures at least. And we probably should, since that's really our best option. Play one here and one here. And what are we going to need? Well, at this point, as much as I want to say might, you know what? I'm gonna say might, because these kind of magics, these are the things that we're gonna be needing. These spells, we're gonna need them late game, not so much early game. Yeah, knew that was coming. I was like, okay, it's good. I can play 2 creatures and I won't have to worry about that. Okay, cool. So we can actually get this out, which is great. Where do we want it? Right here. Cool. Oh, so yeah, a great late game, but they're pretty pointless early game. Might as well get the might so I can actually summon that, right? Yeah, although, now, it would be pretty nice. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, we can finish it off. It'll just take a whole lot of crap to do so. Or we can play this and hope we can finish it off cheaper. If we do, though, we can actually save a card by doing so. And we don't have many cards to really work with that actually do much. Let's go for it. And it worked. Great. So we can finish it off much cheaper than we normally would. And we can get that magic so that next turn, if he plays another tanky creature, we can actually deal with it. How great would that be? Oh man, that's gonna... yeah. Well, now it didn't work so well. And getting rid of that off the field wouldn't do much at the moment. Playing this, I feel like we need to draw cards at the moment. We don't have many creatures. Let's do that. Okay, well, cool. We have all the shooters now. I'll place one here, and as much as I don't want to place one in front of that, might be the better option. Yeah, I'll place it here so that it doesn't die. Because if I placed it up here, it would just take 2 damage from that, 2 damage from that, and then be dead. He can firebolt it still and kill it off, but at least that's better than him not having to use a card to kill it off. Tainted Orc. Excellent. Great target for me to Town Portal. Perfect. And I'll have 3 resources left, so I can actually play something to block afterward. Great. And I have another Town Portal, so if he tries to play it again, he's just screwed. Cool. So that's gone. I do my damage. All of it. And then I can place this, or this. I'm thinking this because we need more damage, just generally. Yeah, so there's that. Deal with it. Excellent. These shredders, they often end up killing me because they can move around, but at the moment, since my board's clear, or filled up anyway, I don't have to worry so much about it. Oh, okay. Powering up with that. Okay, so this is actually a building. Interesting. So that, yeah, that's the faction-specific building. What does it have? Plus 2 damage. Not so great. And I can finish them off, so we're good. GG! Excellent. That went really well. Hopefully everyone else will finish their duels rather fast. And the results are in! Yay! Let's see what we got. Also, clear this out. Yeah. Alright, so. What do we got? It's premium, so obviously there's stuff I haven't got, but it's kind of annoying that I can't tell which ones I don't have that are non-premium. Another Great Hunt. Meh. Skirmisher. Evade. I don't really give a damn. Not so great. Gated Demon. This was at one point on my wish list, just because it's interesting. I was thinking about making a full discard deck, maybe with Ignatius. So if I make an Ignatius, I might put that in. And Thunder Weapon. That just looks sweet. Oh, damn. I might put that in some deck just because it's cool. Yeah, maybe make sort of like a deck designed around just buffing creatures in general, because that's pretty sweet. Search your library for a building, put it in your hand. That's kind of cool, because you can, like, there are things that say search for a unique building or whatever, but this is just search for a building. So, pretty neat. And what do we got here? Truce, meh, Raider. There's a battleground, search for library. Yeah, this is the, okay, well, I got them both at once. Well, that works. Hunter. Ugh, another one of these just like generic creatures. Surprise Assault. Again, pointless. Memory Lapse. Top card of your opponent's library into the graveyard. When you play a creature, if it's in your graveyard, put it back in your hand. Okay. Well, I don't plan on playing a mill ever, except for maybe Ignatius, because Ignatius is more like a discard than a mill. It's kind of like a mixture, but a pure mill, not interested. It's just blech. Rewind yet again, meh. Mana Burst whenever a spell is played, deal 2 damage to that spell. Oh. Well, that's pretty sweet. Huh. And it's neutral. I like it. It might go into a deck sometime. Excellent. Well, not so much amazing stuff. Stuff that I can actually use at least, though. Not stuff that I just don't plan on using ever in any deck. So that's good. And I'll see you next time.